All right, folks, speaking of the border, an illegal migrant crime wave is sweeping the country. That is part of this story. And the question I ask is what's happened to law and order in this country? Law and order is not even part of the political lexicon anymore, not part of the vocabulary. Let's talk about it with Sara Carter, Fox News contributor, and Kash Patel, former deputy director of national intelligence and author of Government Gangsters. Welcome to both of you. Sara, I'm going to read you two headlines from the New York Post. Biden doesn't need a bill to fix border. He just refuses to enforce the law. The second one I'm going to read to you is New York is considering relaxing work qualifications for thousands of jobs to hire migrants. And the other thing, Sara, and I'm sure you're aware of it because you covered the beat, what happened to those two New York cops, I believe it was Sunday, attacked by illegal migrants who were then let off scot-free without bail, is just a horrible, hideous story. But unfortunately, Sara, it's not a unique story. And so I'm coupling the illegality at the border with the lawlessness really around the country. What do you think about this? This is the most troubling part to me.
It is to me, too. I mean, law and order ended at the border when our lawless president allowed people to just come into our country illegally. I mean, there is a reason that it's called illegal aliens. I mean, that is the legal term. And people are coming across the border. They're pouring across the border in droves because our president has a policy, Larry, of opening up the border to the entire world. Now, the real question is, why is our president determined to destroy our foundation of our nation, to go against the laws of this country, and then come around and say, oh, hey, guess what? We've got this Senate bill, and it's all the Republicans' fault. If they don't sign on to this Senate bill to fund Ukraine and to take care of the border, then it's their fault that we have this crime wave sweeping across our nation. No, the crime wave is happening because we have people in our nation that are coming into this country that have not been properly vetted, that pose very serious national security risk. And I'm sure Kash can talk about that because it's extensive, because we've opened up the border and basically tied the hands of our federal agents as well as our local law enforcement, which is the reason why when I was down in Shelby Park just this past week and Governor Greg Abbott is basically at a standoff with President Biden doing the job that President Biden should do, it's the reason why the American public is looking to Texas for answers. And it's not stopping the flow because we're seeing it, Larry, in Arizona. We're seeing the flow move to California. It has to be the federal government willing to shut it down. And we don't need a bill to do that. We just need to follow the law.
You know, that's a key thing, Kash. Get your in on this. Look, Chad Pergram has given a great analysis of what's happening with the legislation, but the Bidens don't need legislation. There's more than ample legislation on the books to take care of this. And by the by, if Joe Biden thought he needed more money for more border agents who might stop migrants, although they're being used to expedite and facilitate, not stop them. But you know what? He had a Democratic House and Senate for a couple of years, and he didn't do a darn thing, Kash.
Look, Sarah's spot on. Follow the law. And you're right. Look, Joe Biden's policy when it comes to national security has been simply the following. What did Donald Trump do? I'm going to do the opposite. Whether it's Afghanistan, whether it's Iran, whether it's China and the CCP, specifically the cartels in the border like we're talking about today. He rescinded on his first month, Biden that is, 9 executive orders that Donald Trump had implemented to secure the border, including funding the wall and funding our agents and giving them the authorities to return immediately illegal immigrants, to force them to stay in Mexico, and all the agreements surrounding family custodial issues. There are so many legal implementations that Donald Trump executed that Joe Biden just said, we're done with that. And when you do that and you have a crime spree and you have a world taking over the southern border invasion, you get Iran, you get the CCP, and you get the cartels to flood our community with terrorists and criminals. And, New York, my original hometown, when I see cops beaten up, I don't want to see the guy that beat up the cops flip the bird to the camera and the cops on the way out because he received a bond.
Yeah,
right.
You're right. All right, Sara Carter, thank you very much. Kash Patel, thank you both very, very much. Tough
Thank you.
story.